Okay, let's start the today session. So today we will cover the economic operation from all the topics from Unit 2. That is energy demand, demand factor, load factor, diversity factor. What are the types of loads? Economic operation of power system. What are the unit commitment, input, output characteristic of power plant? Up to here we will cover today. And the next session I will take on Tuesday, and there we will cover the economic loading with and without transmission losses and penalty factor, and this computerized approach for economic load dispatch. So why we study economic operation? Because we have to calculate the cost of the generation, and we have, if suppose we have a power plant, so we want a profit. So for power plant profit, we study the power system operation control. So this, to get this profit, we have some factor. On that factor, this cost and profit depend. So before that, we should have the knowledge of some definition. So what are the connected load? So earlier we have discussed the connected load is basically the sum of all the rating of that instrument. So simply, if I will ask you to give me the value of what are the connected load to the grid, simply we will add 40,000 watt, 60 watt, 40 watt, and so on. So it will give value of connected load in megawatt or kilowatt, whatever it is given in the question. So there are three types of load basically, that is domestic, commercial, and industrial. So other are agricultural, street light load, irrigation load, and traction load. We can see here from the diagram. These are the loads which are connected to the grid. So to study, we have first know what is the load curve. So load curve basically a diagram between the load and time. Time may be in daily basis, that is hourly basis for 24 hours, on monthly basis that it will give you on 12 months, and or yearly basis it will give the load curve of 365 days. So basically what is the base load? So base load is a constant load that occur throughout the day. It will not change. We only the change peak value in the diagram. Okay, so if I have to calculate the energy generated, so how we will calculate the energy generated? We will calculate simply the area under the curve. So in the question, if I will ask what are the energy generated by this load curve, so simply you have to calculate energy area under this curve, and you will find the answer. And what is the peak load? That is the maximum load that occur during the daily basis or monthly basis. So it will be given in the diagram, and you have to draw the diagram. We will see in further slides. So load curve, there are three types of load curve, that is daily load curve, monthly load curve, and yearly load curve. So as I told, the daily load curve is drawn between the load with reference to the various time period of the day. So it will be drawn on 24-hour time period. So it will give the value of daily load curve. Similarly, the monthly load curve and yearly load curve. So monthly load curve is drawn with the help of daily load curve, and yearly load curve is drawn with the help of monthly load curve. And why we study the load duration curve? So we study the load duration curve because we have some kind of this load curve. So if we arrange this load curve to the descending order of their maximum value, we will find this load curve. There is no difference between left side of diagram and right side of. Only the difference is we have arranged this diagram into the descending order of their magnitude. So what is the benefit of doing this? The benefit of doing this, we can easily see that at what hour of time we have this much of maximum load or this much of load. So from this diagram, we can see 0 to 8 hour, we have a 25 megawatt of generation. Similarly, 8 to 12, we have a 15 megawatt of generation. And 12 to 24, we have a 5 megawatt of generation. Arvind, I think you are again presenting the slides. or it is visible to everyone? My slide is visible to everyone. Okay. Okay. So, what are the factor affecting the cost of generation? As I told you, why we are studying the power system operation control to get the profit and to so how we will get the profit. First, we should know the what are the cost of generation. So these costs of generation is depend upon the average demand, or in case of grid we can say is average load. So there is no difference between the value of average demand and average load. Similarly, the what is the maximum demand? After this session, you will know every topic easily. Demand factor, plant capacity factor, what are the diversity factor, and what are the load factors. So we will discuss one by one. How the average load is calculated. So average load is calculated energy consumed in a given period upon hours in that time. So we will simply how we will calculate the energy generated. As I told you, we have to calculate the area under the curve. So if I will ask, be careful. If I will ask the what is the energy generated, so you have to calculate this area under the curve. If I will ask what is the average demand, so we have to divide by this time hour. So don't get confused, as I see many students get confused in energy generated and average demand. So if there is a question of energy generated, we have to calculate only area under the curve. If I will ask the average load, then you have to divide the energy generated. We have to calculate the area under the curve, divide by the whatever the time period is given. So here in average demand, we will calculate easily from the graph number of units generated in a day. If it is a daily load curve, we will divide by 24 hours. If it is a monthly average load curve, we will divide by the number of hour in a month. It will be given in the diagram, or it will be mentioned in the question. If it will be given in the yearly load curve, so it is not given because it is a very simple uh, value, that is 8760, 8 in decreasing order. So generally it is not given in the question, and if they will ask the yearly average load, so you have to divide by 8760 hours. So now calculate what is the maximum demand and unit generated of this diagram. Do it fast. That's why I told you to take the pen and paper with you, and one paper for write down the all the formulas, and please take the screenshot one by one. Please give me what is the maximum demand of this curve. What is the maximum demand? Please write. Avesh Kumar Yadav, correct. It's a 200 megawatt. Please write the unit also. Anji Pankhudi is 200, Mansi Pandey 200, Anupama 200. Please write the unit also, because in the exam you will get confused. Either it is given in a kilowatt or megawatt or watt. So whatever the value it is given in the diagram, you should mention it clearly. So it is her 200 megawatt. Akashdeep correct, Nupur correct, Rahul Kumar correct. Now we have a maximum demand of 200 megawatt. So what is the unit generated in this diagram? Please calculate. Pooja Gupta 200 correct. Renu Maurya 200 correct. Anurag Gupta सही है. Akhand Prakash Mr. 200, Rahul Kumar, everybody value is given the correct answer. So please calculate the unit generated. Harsh Srivastava 200, correct. Now calculate the unit generated. Give me the answer. Do it fast. Section B, I already solved this question. At least you should have a very fast reply. Anusha, 2800 megawatt. Avesh, yeah, it's a correct answer. So Anupma Chaudhary give the first answer, 2800. After that, the Avesh Kumar, then Anusha, Prince Gupta, NG, Harsh, Anshul, Renu. Yeah, it's a correct answer. So what we have done now, look who did not got the answer. Simply we calculate the area under the curve. So how we will calculate the area under the curve? Simply it is a rectangle. We can easily see it is a rectangle. Again here is a one triangle. one triangle and one square. So by simple mathematics, we can calculate area under the curve. Like here we have a 20 and 100. So 2000, it's area of this rectangle. Similarly, the area of this triangle is half into base into height. It is similar, so it is multiplied by 2. And similarly, please add this square value and you will get the answer of 2800 megawatt hour. So it will be given in megawatt hour. Someone said that it's a megawatt, so it's not the correct answer. The numerical value is correct, but unit value is not correct. So if there is a objective question, it will be given a full marks, but if it will be a subjective question, the marks will be reduced. So be careful about that. Now, what are the important terminology? What is the demand factor? So demand factor is as we know that it is the maximum demand upon connected load. So as I discussed you, what is the connected load? Simply we add all the value of this connected load. Now go to the history. We will see here what is the connected load. So what is the connected load? We will simply add this, or it is given in the question. So we will simply add this and we will get the value of connected load. And what is the maximum demand? We already know. So by dividing maximum demand divided by the connected load, we will simply get the demand factor. So now the question, what is the demand factor of this question? The question of is here like three houses have a connected load of 30 kilowatt, 25 kilowatt and 400 kilowatt. And these houses respectively have a demand factor of 25 kilowatt, 20 kilowatt and 35 kilowatt. So please calculate the demand factor. Who will give the first answer? Anupma Chaudhary, it's the 0.36842. After that, it's Akash Deep 0.368, Avesh Kumar Yadav 0.368, Harshika 0.368, Mansi Pandey 0.36, Harshirvasto, Prince, Rahul, Ashutosh. Now everybody is getting the correct answer. So how we will calculate? We will calculate by what the people get wrong where they will simply add these maximum demand, but we don't have to do the add this maximum demand. In the case of demand factor, it is given what the maximum demand means. It is the greatest demand of the load on the power station during a given period. What is the greatest? What is the greatest or maximum demand? So in that case, in point of if we will see on the point of view of the generation side, we will say at a particular time we have a 35 kilowatt maximum demand. So it will be maximum demand throughout the day. We have a 35 kilowatt. If someone is getting confused why we are not adding in further question, I will give the value depend upon the time. So from there you will get clear why we are not adding these three value. So here we will divide 35 upon connected load, that is 40 plus 30 plus 25. So whatever the value it is the value of the demand factor. So I hope everybody is getting the right answer. So now moving further, what is the diversity factor? As it is also by numerical. Please observe that the value is getting less than 1. So one by one we will say after solving the question, what is the value is greater than 1 or whose value is less than 1. So demand factor is always less than 1. Here, what is the diversity factor? The diversity factor is the ratio of the sum of the individual demand on power station divided by the maximum demand. So here we will simply add the maximum demand divided by the maximum demand, that is the 35 kilowatt. So what is the diversity factor? Please calculate. 2.71. Harshika Chandra 2.71. Anupma Chaudhary, Ashutosh Pandey 2.28. Now the answer is varying. Why? 2.28. Now the answer is varying. Which is the correct answer? 2.28 or 2.71? Pooja Gupta, please use the mobile calculator and give me the answer in points. Nupur 2.28, Rahul Kumar 2.28. I didn't solve the question. I just give you the concept. This kind of question is asked in the objective question. Now you are looking that there are two different answers. Whatever the answer, the concept is we have to sum of individual maximum demand. We will simply add, that is 35 plus 20 plus 25. Whatever the value is divided by 35 will give the value of the diversity factor. Now what is the load factor? So load factor, now we know everything now. We can calculate the average load. We know the maximum demand, and divided by the, we simply know the load factor. So on one paper, you write the formula one by one. So if you will see in the last, there are 12, 10 and 12 formula, and you will easily remember and you will simply get the answer. It's a very easy chapter. Only you have to remember this formula. Now you have a concept of what is maximum demand, what is average load. How we will calculate the average load? It is either the daily average load or monthly average load or yearly average load. Simply we will calculate the unit generated. How we will calculate the unit generated? We will calculate by calculating area under the curve. If it is given in the load curve form, otherwise it will be given in the question in the numerical form. Divided by the 24 hours, if it is a daily average demand or so on. So now moving further, we will calculate what is the load factor. So we have a maximum demand, we have calculated the load generated. Now what is the load factor? As we earlier see, what is the diversity factor we are getting? It is always greater than 1. So practically it is asked in the objective, diversity factor is ideally can be equal to 1, and practically we get the diversity factor is greater than 1. It is the ideal condition that we get the diversity factor equal to 1. Practically it is not possible. So practically it is greater than 1. Now the load factor, in load factor we will calculate now. Calculate, how we will calculate the load factor? Simply we have to calculate the average load upon maximum demand. So average load means we have to calculate area under the curve divided by, now there is a trick. Solve the question. Anupama Chaudhary is getting the 0.5833. Anji Pankhudi 0.5833. Do it fast, 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 everybody. Hers, there is only section 1 student or section B also? Please type. Send this link to section B also. They have also studied, but from here they can join. Only after 20 minutes, you will be same level of section B. All these question has been solved by section B. So we are getting the 0.5833. Harshika Chandra, Prince Gupta. So I don't know the correct answer. The correct answer will be, if we will divide by 24. I think you are dividing by 24, right? If anybody is dividing by 20, so you will get the wrong answer. That's why I choose this question. If in a load curve, suppose the output of this diagram is up to 24 hours, that is okay. If suppose it is given into the power is generated by the power plant only to 20 hours, so it is also for calculating the load factor, we don't bother about that. This will be considered while calculating the plant use factor. I will discuss what is the plant use factor later. So we will calculate area under curve as we have calculated unit generated divided by the 24 hours for daily load curve, and we will get the average load, and divided by the maximum demand, that is 200, we will get the value of load factor. Now we will observe it is coming less than 1. So practically we are getting the value less than 1, and ideally it is equal to 1. Okay. Now plant utilization factor. This is the ratio of maximum demand on the power station to the rated capacity of the power plant. And what is the rated capacity? Suppose if a power plant have a maximum capacity of 300 megawatt, it is given in the question. Don't worry about that. It will be given in the question. What is the maximum capacity of the power plant? So what is the maximum demand on the power station? We can easily see the 200 megawatt as we know. And what was the rated capacity of the plant? It will be given into the question. So simply by maximum capacity, maximum demand divided by the maximum capacity, we will get the utilization factor. So what is the value of utilization factor? This far 200 by 300, 0.666. That is, Anusha, it's correct. After that, the Akashdeep, Avesh, and Anupma. Yeah, that is the correct answer. That is 200 by 300. It will give the utilization factor. So what is the meaning of utilization factor? You will ask if in a percentage form, it will be 66.6%, or approximately 67%. So why we calculate the utilization factor? It will give the idea of that is 67%, approximately 67% of plant using its capacity. Means it have a capacity of 300 megawatt, but only it is delivering up to the 67% of its capacity. So that's why it is beneficial to calculate the utilization factor. By looking into the percentage, we simply know the plant is how much plant is generating with respect to its capacity. Suppose it is coming to the 40%, so we will know that the plant is using its only 40% of capacity. So we try to make it to up to the 100%, but it is practically not possible. So that's why we will calculate the utilization factor. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now, what is capacity factor? How we will calculate? Suppose it is not here. I give you the maximum capacity. Now we want to calculate the capacity factor. So how it will be calculated? There is a difference between the maximum capacity and capacity factor. Maximum capacity is simply the what is the maximum capacity of the plant, and what is the capacity factor? Now we will see here. The capacity factor is calculated by the average demand on the power station. How we will calculate the average demand? We will calculate here as like previous one. I am using this question because already we have some data, so it will be easy to not only solve one by one. So we have the data of average demand divided or the maximum installed capacity of the power plant. Initially what we have done, we have maximum demand divided by maximum capacity. Now we have average demand of the power station divided by the maximum installed capacity. So we will get the capacity factor. So what is the capacity factor? Give me the answer. You know all the concept now, but only you have to know remember the formula. If you know the remember the formula, you will easily calculate all the value. Here we are getting the value. Anshul Verma 0.388, Anusha, Anupma, Ashutosh, NG, Avish, Rahul, Akhand, Nupur. We are getting the 0.388. Okay, Harsupada, you are getting 0.31. Why? Please check your calculation. So simply we will calculate, we will calculate the average demand on the power station. How we will calculate? We will calculate by simply area under the curve divided by the 24 hour, that will give the average demand upon the maximum installed capacity. It will be mentioning the question or given in the diagram, that is the 300. It will give the capacity factor. So in the question directly, we can ask what is the capacity factor by giving this diagram. So you have to calculate all these previous, if you have to remember all this formula, only then you will get the correct answer. So that's why I put this slide in a chronological order. So it will be easy to understand one by one. Otherwise you will mug up the formula, it will be not useful. And the second, there is in some question, it will be given like actual energy produced. It is the same formula, that is actual energy produced divided by the maximum energy that have been produced. Just remember, in somewhere it is asked in that format, directly it will be given in the question that the actual energy produced by the plant is somewhat this megawatt, and the maximum energy it is given in the term of energy. So why I put this formula? Because in last session someone got the confusion about the demand and energy produced. So it is also the formula of capacity factor. It is same, nothing difference, only the language is changed. So actual energy produced divided by the maximum energy that have been produced is also give the capacity factor. Now the plant use factor, which is very important factors. How we will calculate? So it is calculated by output of the power station in kilowatt hour divided by the plant capacity into number of hours plant uses. Here we have to be very careful while calculating the plant use factor. So what is the output power in kilowatt hour? That is the unit generated. Kilowatt hour means unit generated. So we will calculate the unit generated as previous one we will calculate area under the curve of this diagram, load curve. So we have the area under the curve that will give the energy generated divided by the plant capacity. So we have a plant capacity of 300. Now the number of hours plant use. So by looking here, what is the number of hour plant use? Means at what time the plant is getting shut down. Means how much hour the plant is getting shut down and how much time the plant is producing the energy. Please reply 20 hours. That is correct answer. That is the Avesh Kumar. So please calculate the plant use factor. The Anupma is getting the 466.67, Rahul Kumar 0.67.4. The numerical data we are getting right, but please be careful while calculating. Output of power station in kilowatt hour divided by the plant capacity. It can be megawatt hour also. Don't bother about that. This is the correct means. I have just choose that to show it in a kilowatt hour. If you will write in a kilowatt hour, like someone write here 460 Kanupma, then you have to write like that. We have used the kilowatt hour value. Otherwise, you can directly put the value in megawatt. You have to mention in the question. In objective, don't worry, they will not confuse by 40.6 or 46 point. They will simply change the value. So don't bother about that. They will give the option that 46 point or 4.6 is like that. So if you can calculate either in megawatt or kilowatt. So what is the output of power? We will simply calculate in megawatt hour divided by the plant capacity. If you calculate in megawatt, that is 300 megawatt. If you calculate the kilowatt, then you have to multiply by 1000 into what is the number of hour plant use, that is 20. So we will divide by 20, we will get simply the answer. So from here we will calculate the, I think most of the people are getting the 0.466. It will be the correct answer. I didn't solve it. It will be a correct answer, I think. Now it's a very important factor. You have to remember this formula. What is the relationship between the reserve capacity, plant capacity and maximum demand? This formula based question is asked in the competitive examination like UPPCL and other state or JEE examination, and sometime in AE examination also. So what is the reserve capacity and plant capacity and maximum demand? So we know the plant capacity. What is the plant capacity? Please note here, I am not talking about the plant capacity factor. I am simply writing here the plant capacity. That is what is the maximum capacity of the plant minus the maximum demand of the plant. We will differentiate and we will get the maximum reserve capacity. But it will be not simply asked in the question. They will ask in that form, that they will give you the load factor, that we can calculate the load factor. Second, we will calculate the plant capacity factor, or they will ask the plant capacity factor by showing you the diagram. After that, you have to differentiate and divide and multiply by the maximum power. Then you will get, that is the maximum power means maximum demand. What is the maximum demand of the plant? You will get the reserve capacity. I hope this is a very important formula and you will get one question from this area, because it will let you calculate all the factor like load factor, capacity factor. So if you have all the concept clear, you will easily get the reserve capacity. So please take the screenshot and we will move further. Once again, please be careful. It is given that it is a load factor and this is a capacity factor. Pmax means the maximum demand of the plant. So by putting this value, we will calculate the reserve capacity. Now calculate. Now it's your turn. Now everything you know about the important terminology, as I discuss you here. Like here, what is the factor affecting the cost of the generation? So average demand, we know now. What is the maximum demand? We know now. What are the demand factor? How the plant capacity factor is calculated? What is the diversity factor? And what is the load factor? So now we know every factors now. These factors affect the cost of generation. So we will, by calculating this, we will simply get the what are the percentage of capacity of power plant the generating station is using, how the demand is varying, what are the plant capacity factor, and etc. So now here, up to now, we have know all the things. Now we have to moving towards the numerical question. So in numerical, they will ask simply this kind of question. Now give me the answer of load factor, demand factor of the generating station. The question is in front of you. That is why I told you to write the formula on one page, so that you have to know all the formula in front of you and you will get easily the answer. Otherwise, you have to go one by one to the screenshot, and it's simply a waste of time, I think, for you and for me also. Simply the load factor and demand factor. What is the answer? Load factor. How we will calculate the load factor? Now look the difference. If I show you the load curve, it simply will get the answer. Anupma Chaudhary is getting the 684.93, Anji 684.93, others 0.6849. I didn't have calculate. Don't let me do that. Amrita Anchal Pandey. Okay, now look. If I have to calculate the load factor, so how we will calculate the load factor? As we know, the load factor is equal to average load upon the maximum demand. Load factor. Now move to the history. What is the load factor? It is average load upon maximum demand. So how we will calculate the average load? It is given in the question on the yearly basis, like yearly average load. So we have a number of units generated in a year. It is given in the question, divided by number of hours in a year. Like I told you, if it is given in the year, it will be not mentioned. So we will divide it by 8760. So we will get the value of load divided by the maximum demand. So here, how will what is the value? The average load. So unit generated is given by 60 into 10 to the power 7 divided by 8760. We will get the average load upon the maximum demand is 100 megawatt is mentioned, and divided by 100 we will simply get the answer. What is the answer? I don't know. You can check by yourself. It is the 60 into 10 to the power 7 divided by 100 into, if it is given in the megawatt, into 8760. If we will calculate in the watts, so it will be given into 10 to the power 6 value, like that. Number of units generated and number of hours in a year. So here, if the number of units generated in kilowatt hour, so if you will calculate the kilowatt hour, you will simply convert the value in kilowatt hour. Then we have to divide by 8760. As it is mentioned in the kilowatt hour, so simply solve it. You can either solve in megawatt, but suppose it is given in the kilowatt in the all formula, there is nothing difference in that. So simply converted into the kilowatt hour, you have to multiply by 10 to the power 3 if it is given in the megawatt, and simply you will get the answer. And demand factor, you are getting the 0.66. Anusha is getting the right. Anupma, Anji, 0.66. It is the correct answer. Demand factor is very easy value. Demand factor is simply the maximum demand upon the connected load. It is mentioned in the question. Like here, it is a maximum demand is 100 megawatt divided by the connected load is 150. You will get the easily correct answer. 100 by 150, you will get the answer 0.667. Yes, Anshul Verma, load factor will be less than 1. That is the correct. Because Anupma Chaudhary sir, what need to convert in megawatt or kilowatt? Because we will get factor of 1000 in both numerator and denominator. That's why I am asking. Suppose in sub question, I will show you further. They will convert. Suppose here they will convert it. They will give that maximum demand in megawatt, and they will give the unit generated in kilowatt. So how you will divide that? You have to calculate in one form. Either you have to calculate in kilowatt or you have to calculate this one into megawatt. So here it is simple because it is given everywhere is in a megawatt. But in further question I will show you it will be given in watt, some value in kilowatt, some value in megawatt. So we have to convert into a one unit like megawatt or kilowatt or watt to get the different answer. So that is the need of converting to megawatt or kilowatt. Here it is not required. You will understand the next question. Now there are three questions. I have take the question from this source, that is Doctor or the presentation. I took these questions. So please type one by one. What is the maximum demand of power station? Calculate the total energy generated in a year. Load factor will come greater than one. Anupma. If you will convert into the divided value, it will not into. If suppose you have put in some other value, you have to put the megawatt value everywhere. It will not come into the greater than one value because you have done some wrong value, because that's why the this value is here. It is given in 100 megawatt and this value is given in simply 16 to 10 to the power 8 unit generated. It should be mentioned either it is converted into a megawatt or kilowatt. So it is it this question is made by me only. It is not in the bookish language. Now from here, so this may be an error. Now from here you will get the correct answer. I took this question only to let you understand what is the meaning of load and demand factor. From here, you will calculate easily get your doubt clear, because this is the book questions. They will frame in a correct manner. So, calculate the total energy generated in a year. Solve all these three questions, then I will show you the answer. Harsh Srivastava 350200 megawatt hour. Anshul 350400. Harsh, you are every time you are getting the wrong answer. Why? Do it fast and do it correct. In the GATE exam, both is important. Prince Gupta, answer is 350 and 400. Please take the screenshot of this question and I will show in the next slide what are the solution of these questions. All the three questions. So please take 2 or 3 minutes. Please give me the answer of all three questions. Please take 2 minutes or 3 minutes to solve all these three questions. After well, we will see where you are getting the wrong answer, where we are getting the right. Ankit Goyal, please, we will talk after the session. Who is Ankit Goyal? I want to really talk to him. Don't use the Ankit surname. Use, make your own name. यस अंकिता, सबकी चलेगी। हाँ वो चल रही है अभी। एक्चुअली एस के सर ने बोला था कि सेक्शन 1 को भी थोड़ा न्यूमेरिकल बता दो, क्योंकि ऑब्जेक्टिव में न्यूमेरिकल आएंगे। तो सेक्शन ए को थोड़ा सा जल्दी स्टार्ट कर दिया था ताकि वो सारा कवर कर लें, बस ज़्यादा नहीं। इसके बाद एक दो स्लाइड और है, फिर हम लोग पहुंच जाएंगे आगे। फिर इकोनॉमिक लोड डिस्पैच का थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन देखेंगे, और ट्यूसडे को हम लोग खत्म कर देंगे विदाउट ट्रांसमिशन लॉस एंड विद ट्रांसमिशन लॉस, और एक फ्लो चार्ट है। ये तीन चीज बचा हुआ है, और यूनिट कमिटमेंट। ये चार टॉपिक हम लोग ट्यूसडे को खत्म कर देंगे, हो जाएगा हमारा यूनिट 2 कंप्लीट। अभी हम लोग इकोनॉमिक लोड डिस्पैच को पढ़ते हैं, अभी वो भी देखेंगे थोड़ा देर बाद। हर्ष श्रीवास्तव, डिमांड फैक्टर इज 0.4651, लोड फैक्टर इज 0.351। Answer 2, demand factor is 0.451. Demand factor and load factor. Load factor is 0.352. Second question. Okay, now try to solve the third question, and after that I will show you the answer of these three questions. And for section B, I think you don't remember all the formulas, so you try to solve all these questions without looking to the paper, and try to solve and getting the correct answer. Manshi Pandey, correct answer. Upma Chaudhary, correct answer. Okay, in last 1 minute, I will show you the answer. Last 1 minute, please try to solve example 3.3. Umesh Dande, don't fall in trap of Fun Academy. I think the Dande sir is from Gate Academy, so don't use his name. Make your own name, Umesh Dande. Srivastav 0.438. Okay, now I am showing you the answer. Now please take the screenshot and see what are the your answer and what is the answer here, and what and where you are getting the wrong answer. I think 3.2 is easy question. Everybody is getting the right answer, that the demand factor is 0.465 and load factor is 0.365. In case of energy generated per year, the maximum demand, it is given into 100 into it. I think everywhere it is calculating into the kilowatt. So I think everyone should solve in a kilowatt, and also mention the unit in kilowatt hour. So it will be easy for everyone, because I am showing everywhere it is given into the kilowatt hour, but I also seen somewhere there it is solved in megawatt. So to avoid confusion, we should solve like that. We have to calculate the unit generated and number of units in kilowatt hour, then divided by 8760. Someone is asked here, if value is greater than 1, if we will take it the kilowatt hour, it will come into greater than 1. We have to mention the unit, so it will be considered as the correct answer. So suppose here the maximum demand is given in the 100 megawatts. So we will calculate into the kilowatts, 100 into 10 power 3, and load factor is given in the 40%, that is zero point 0.4, and hours in here is 24 into 365 or 8760. So after calculating, we will get the 3504 into 10 to the power 5 kilowatt hour, or we will divided by the 10 to the power 3, we will calculate in megawatt hour. So 350400 megawatt hour. Who gave the first answer? That is the Anshul Verma. First, Anshul Verma gave the correct answer. After that, the Ashutosh Pandey, and then Anusha, and then Prince Gupta. These all guys get the correct answer in megawatt or kilowatt. So be careful about the unit. If it is asked in 3504 into 10 to the power 5, then it will be given in kilowatt hour. Otherwise, 350400, it will be given in megawatt hour. So now here, example 3.2, we get the right answer, as many of you given the right answer. Now third one is example 3.3. So you can easily see the annual load factor is the megawatt hour supplied per annum divided by the maximum demand in megawatt. It is given in the question. And what are the working hours? Multiply by 100, you will get the answer in percentage, or you will simply, if you will not mention the 100, you will get the answer in points. So Anupma Chaudhary is getting the right answer. So please take the screenshot and we will move the further. Now solve all these three questions. These are the very easy question. First you have to draw the load curve. After that you will get the answer one by one. Very easy questions. PPT is not visible to. PPT is not visible. Please reply. Someone is saying visible, sir, and someone is saying not visible, sir. Now it is visible to everyone. Okay, Amrita, now it is visible. और सुबह सर 2 ID है. Now it is visible to everyone. Mansu others, okay, okay, thank you. As I discussed you, this kind of question is asked in the exam. The reserve capacity of the plant. So it will be given in the form of load factor, capacity factor, and we have given the maximum demand. Remember this formula? This one. It is very important question for exam point of view. Anupma Chaudhary is 5 megawatt. So by calculating, we have a given a load factor. We will calculate the plant capacity factor, and we have given also the maximum demand. By calculating this, we will get the correct answer. So that's why I told you to write the formula one by one to on a paper so that you can easily solve the question. And take the screenshot of this question also. Anupma, Anusha, Vikram, Verma, they are getting the 5 megawatt answer. So now looking to the answer, I am showing you the answer because we have a short of time. So you can easily see the load factor is given with the average demand upon the maximum demand. So load factor, we have given a load factor of 60%. So it will be given 0.6. Average demand we want to calculate, and the maximum demand it is given in the question is the 25 megawatts. So average demand is equal to 25 into 0.6 is equal to 15 megawatts. Now plant capacity factor is average demand upon the plant capacity. So average demand we have calculated now 15 megawatt divided by the plant capacity factor, it is given in the 50%. So 15 upon 0.5, that is a 30 megawatt. So the point plant capacity factor is a 30 megawatt. So after reserve capacity, we will calculate either that formula or from here also. So simply the reserve capacity of the plant is plant capacity minus maximum demand. 30 minus 25 is 5 megawatt. If you calculate by this formula, it will also give the same value. In some question they directly given you the capacity factor and load factor, and you will simply see the graph, the maximum demand, and you will write the answer by looking the graph. Now the second question is the daily energy produced. The daily energy produced is the average demand into 24. Now here look, it is given into the megawatt hour. That is 15 into 24 because the answer is in megawatt. So we have to very careful by writing in the megawatt or kilowatt. Simply you take whatever your convention. So you will get the answer right. Don't bother about it is given in the kilowatt or in a megawatt. Take one convention, you will get the correct answer. If it is a optional question, you will find the correct answer. If it is subjective, you will mention you have taken this value in the megawatt or kilowatt, you will be given the full marks. So now the maximum energy that could be produced. So maximum energy that could be produced, as I mentioned you, the plant use factor is actual energy produced in a day divided by maximum energy produced. I have shown you this formula also. Actual energy produced in a day upon maximum energy that can be produced daily. So we have to calculate maximum energy produced daily. We have given a plant use factor and actual energy produced in a day. So by dividing this, we will get the correct answer. Here, the actual energy produced in the day is, we have calculated here 360 megawatt hour divided by the plant use factor 0.72. So it's a 500 megawatt hour per day. Suppose we will calculate into the kilowatt hour, we will simply multiply 10 to the power 3. So we will get the correct answer. So like that, the question is given and you will easily solve. Only just getting the concept, little bit of what is the plant and factor, average demand, and these kind of factors. This category is a little bit tough question because they are asked all the concept. Now moving toward the second and third question, it's a very easy question. Simply first draw the load curve. Everybody draw the load curve and then find the maximum demand, unit generated, and average load and load factor. Do it fast. How we will draw the load curve? From 0 to 6 we have a 40 megawatt, 6 to 10 we have a 50 megawatt, 10 to 12 we have a 60 megawatt of load. Like that we will draw a load curve. It will be look like that as we discuss here, either this form or this form. So Anupma Chaudhary is getting the 70 megawatt. Everybody draw the load curve like that. First you have to draw load curve, after that you will able to find the load duration curve. So I hope everybody have drawn the load curve. So from load curve you will see easily the maximum demand is. I will show you the answer, don't worry. Just draw load curve and give me the answer of maximum demand, unit generated, average load, and load factor. In 1 minute I will show you the answer. Okay, let me show you the answer. So this kind of load curve you will draw. Like here we have given in the question from 0 to 6, we have a load of 40 megawatt. So from 0 to 6, we have a load of 40 megawatt. After that, 6 to 10 hours, 6 to 10 hour. Yeah, Anupama Chaudhary is getting a 1200 megawatt hour and 15 megawatt hour. Ashutosh, Hers, Mansi. Okay, we will see the answer. So after that, 0 to 6, we have a 40 megawatt. 6 to 10, we have a load of 50 megawatt. 10 to 12, load of 60 megawatt. Then the load it decreases 12 to 16, that is 4 p.m. It is of 50 megawatt. 16 to 20, it's a 70 megawatt, and 20 to 24, it's 40 megawatt. From this load curve, we can see here the plant is generating throughout the day. It is not getting shut down. It is operating throughout the 24 hours. So from here, now we will easily calculate all the factors. Like maximum demand, simply we will see the value that is the 60 megawatt. The answer is 70 megawatt. Sorry, I told you 60. It's a 70 megawatt. So maximum demand, by looking the diagram, we will see the load curve. It's a 70 megawatt. What is the unit generated? Simply we will calculate the area under the curve. There is a one rectangle, second, third, fourth. There are 4 or 5 rectangle. We will simply calculate the area under the curve and we will get the unit generated per day. After that, we will divide by 24 hours. Then we'll give the average load curve. And load factor, how we will calculate the load factor? Load factor is average load upon maximum demand. So we have calculated the average load here in section third divided by the maximum demand, which is calculated by in maximum demand section 1, that is 70. We will simply get the answer. Now looking the answer. So unit generated. So here we have a load curve. The answer is for maximum demand is 70 megawatt. That is correct answer. Whoever getting the correct answer. After that, the unit generated is 12 into 10 to the power 5 kilowatt hour. 12 into 10 to the power 5 kilowatt hour. Prince Gupta, you are getting a 12,000 megawatt hour. Unit per day. 1 2, yeah, whatever the answer is given, just look into the, please be careful about the kilowatt hour and megawatt hour. So you will get simply by calculating area under the curve, area in kilowatt hour under the curve. So it is given into kilowatt hour. So we will get the answer is 12 into 10 to the power 5 kilowatt hour. So how we will calculate the average load? I told you energy generated throughout the day divided by 24 hours. We will get the 50,000 kilowatt. That is average load. Average load is 50,000 kilowatt and load factor is average load upon maximum demand, that is 0.714 or 71.4. So whoever is getting the correct answer all these questions, their concept is clear now. You can solve all these questions. Only 1 or 2 question will be a tricky question, otherwise you will be able to solve all the question of unit 2 chapter. Now moving toward the third question. It is I have took the all flavor of the question so that you know what kind of question can be asked in the question, sorry, paper. Find the first, plot the load curve as it is mentioned in the question. Plot the load curve and please be careful. Here it is asked maximum demand of individual customer. They are not asking for the all the 3 customers simultaneously. They are asking for individually. So you have to draw 3 load curve for consumer 1, consumer 2 and consumer 3. Like that you have, they are asking for the load factor of individual customer consumer. So for consumer 1, what are the load factor? For consumer 2, what are the load factor, and like that. After that they are asking for the diversity factor and load factor of the station. Now here load factor of the station we will take all the consumer because we are asking load factor of the station now. So Anupma Chaudhary is getting the answer 800,000 and 1200. I didn't calculate the answer. Wait for 2 minutes. After that, I will show you the answer. Maximum demand of individual customer is, by looking at the data, we can easily get that is 800. Here from consumer 2, that is 1000 watt. It is given in a watt here now. Consumer 3, it is given a 1200 watt. So whoever is not writing the unit, be careful about that. It is given in the watt. 200 watt, no, sorry, 800 watt is the maximum demand for consumer 1 at a time of 4 to 10 p.m. Consumer 2, that is 1000 watt at a time of 2 to 4 p.m. and 1200 watt at a point of 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So the first answer we will get. Now, what is the load factor of the individual customer? So how we will calculate the load factor? Load factor Asutosh Pandey, it is giving 0.625. Mansi Pandey is 0.5, 0.71, 0.75. 0.1. Now look, everybody is getting the different answer. That's you know all the formula, you know all the concept. Now some of you not able to solve, some of you are solving but getting the different answer. So here the score matter, because the concept is only that I have told you in the last previous slides. The only this is the concept. Everywhere you will study the same formula, same concept, etc. Now you have to practice so that you can get the correct answer. Now the Anusha is getting zero point 0.5, 1.6 and 0.75. All the three answer everybody is getting the wrong, or means not matching with each other. Like that, the option are framed in the exam. Question 3, that is 0.29. After 1 minute, I will show you the answer. So I will take the screenshot of this solution and I will put the option in that fourth option. Means what are the four options you are getting in the chat box. So again you will follow the same rule and you will get the different answer. And you will think my option is there. Like that they will ask in the GATE exam. So because you are trying and you are getting these answer with different method, but only the one method is correct. Okay, now moving toward the answer. Okay, first we will see the load curve. It is a summarized load curve because we have asked the load factor of the station. So we will see if it is asked the individual, it is okay. Otherwise, if it calculated in point of view or station here. So what are the load factor in view of station? The station will consider by summing all the consumer, like here 0 plus 200 megawatt and 0 watt. So here we will get the 200 watt. After that, for 8 to 2 p.m. we will get 6 watt plus 200, that is 800 watt. And from 2 to 4 we will get 200 watt plus 1000 watt plus 1200 watt, that is 2400 watt. Now 4 to 10 p.m. that is 800 watt, and after that 10 p.m. to midnight that is a 400 watt. So here if they will ask you the maximum demand of the individual customer, that is the correct answer everybody is getting. That is 800, 1000 watt and 1200 watt. Now the load factor for the consumer one, that is energy consumed in a day divided by maximum demand into hours. So energy consumed in a day, how we will calculate? We will see From 12 to 8 a.m. we have zero load. From 8 to 2 means 4 hours. No, 6 hour. 6 hour we have a 600 watt. So we will multiply 600 into 6. Like that 2 to 4 means 2 hour we have a load of 200. So 200 into 2. Like that we will calculate the answer. So 600 watt up to 6 hour, 200 watt up to 2 hour, and 800 watt up to 6 hour. Divided by the maximum demand of the individual customer is 800 watt. Into we are asking for hours in a day, daily load factor. So we will divide it to by 24 and we will get the answer 45.8% or 0.458. So whoever is getting the 0.458, they will get the answer. Similarly for load 2, 200 watt up to 12 to 8 means 8 hour, 1000 watt up to 2 hour. Like that we will calculate energy generated. So 200 into 8 plus 1000 into 2 plus 200 into 2 upon 1000 maximum demand of consumer 2. So divided by maximum demand of consumer 2 into 24 we will get the load factor of consumer 2. Similarly we will calculate the load factor of consumer 3. Nukma Chaudhary sir, maximum demand, oh, got it, okay. Now the moving toward the third question, what is the diversity factor? The simultaneous maximum demand of the station is 2400 watt and occur up to 2 to 4 p.m. So diversity factor, how we will calculate? The maximum demand upon connected load. So maximum demand in a point of view, uh, generation point of view, we will see what is the maximum demand. So this load curve is drawn at the point of view of station. So at a maximum demand is 2400 at a particular time, that is 2 to 4. This is the sum of all the consumer. In this demand shows the load curve of all the consumer 1 plus consumer 2 plus consumer 3. So maximum demand of the 2400 watt divided by the connected load. Maximum demand of diversity factor, maximum demand of individual factor, that is 800 plus 1000 plus 200 watt divided by the maximum demand is 2400, it is a 1.24. Sum of the individual maximum demand upon maximum demand. You will get the formula here. Go to the history now. Diversity factor is sum of the individual maximum demand. So we have a maximum individual maximum demand divided by what are the maximum demand throughout these consumers. So we have simply we will sum all the individual maximum demand divided by the maximum demand. So sum of the individual maximum demand, that is 800 plus 1000 plus 1200 divided by the maximum demand of the consumer, all the consumer, it will give you the diversity factor. It is always greater than 1. Practically it is equal to 1 ideally. Similarly the station load factor, how we will calculate, you can see easily here. Now moving toward further calculate this question. This is the last question. After that I think, yeah. Nahi Anupma, here they will ask in point of view of the load factor of the station. पिछला वाला जो हम निकाले थे उसमें मैंने मैक्सिमम डिमांड एक पर्टिकुलर इंस्टेंट के लिए पूछा था, निकाले थे here the sum of the individual maximum demand about the maximum demand, that is called the diversity factor. It is given by 24 plus 20 by 35 upon 40, sorry 35. Diversity factor, you have calculated 20, sum of individual maximum demand 25 plus 20 plus 35 divided by 35. So why you are getting confused? But in this question, same is asked. I don't know what you are saying. I think you are getting a little bit confused. But simply the diversity factor is the sum of the maximum demand divided by the maximum demand. You are getting with this question. That is, what is the demand factor? Here we will took the maximum demand of 35 divided by the connected load. Here we are not sum all the maximum demand. In case of demand factor, you are getting confused in case of demand factor and diversity factor. I think diversity factor is telling you the sum of the maximum demand upon maximum demand. So it is given here sum of the maximum demand. Individually we will calculate it here, yeah, or by looking this the numerical value divided by the maximum demand at a particular instant, that is 2400. It will give simply the diversity factor. So many formulas there, that's why you are getting confused. You will, after this session, you will study all these formula, definitely you will clear. If there is any doubt, you can contact me anytime. Now station load factor you can calculate here. Now we are solving here this question. So for this question, for section third, you will leave that I will teach the what is the calorific value and what is the heat rate. After that, you will able to solve this point. Otherwise, you can calculate now to daily load factor and plant capacity factor up to now here. Please take the screenshot. Maybe it's a homework for you to solve this question. Priyanshu Botwal. Which slide? This one? Okay, please take the screenshot. Okay, please take the screenshot. We will discuss further. What is the answer of that? Now, tell me why we study the economic load dispatch. In one line, simple. What is economic load dispatch? Now, stop writing and listen for 5 or 10 minutes. After that, the session will be over and we will meet on Tuesday. So, I will simply brief you what is economic load dispatch, why we will study it. And after that, 2 or 3 points will be left. We will discuss on Tuesday and unit 2 will be complete. Why economic load dispatch? So as to know which station should transit how much of power. Economical load dispatch. Economical means why we study. Whatever you are thinking, just reply. Just by reading the title economical load dispatch. Profit के लिए. That is the one concern also. Economical means what? We think in perspective of profit, minimizing the loss, increasing the power quality, and to also get the profit also. So that is why we study the economical load dispatch. Minimizing loss, that's correct. So that's why we study this economic load dispatch topic. So you can easily see from here, I write it from somewhere. With the development of integration of system, that is grid system. What is grid system? I hope you everybody know. It become necessary to operate plant in most economical pattern. Before that, the integrated grid system, there was an individual system. There are only a monopoly. There was no structuring there, so only the generator will generation plant will generate the electricity, transmit, and whatever the electric price they decided, it will be given by the consumer. After that, the restructure process come, deregulation occur, and now the competition occur in the market. So after that, the power quality improve of the electricity, and from here the integration system came, and it necessary to operate plant in more economical pattern, because there is a competition occur, so they have to provide the electricity with the minimum cost and higher power quality. So for that we use the optimal use of fuel. For any power plant, the basic structure is, from where they calculate the price of electricity, is the what are the fuel that it, for thermal power plant it will be a coal as a fuel. For nuclear, for nuclear it will be a radioactive material. For hydro, the fuel will be water. It is free of cost, but the installed capacity is more than the thermal power plant. So economic load dispatch is performed to determine the optimal scheduling. How we will optimal schedule, we will see further, of the generators to minimize the operating cost. Our main concern is to minimize the operating cost of the generator. How we will generate electricity with less amount of input, so we'll get the maximum profit for the given load demand, because we have to fulfill also the demand. What are the load demand, we have to fulfill that while satisfying equality and inequality constraint. What are the equality constraint and inequality constraint, we will see in the numerical and some formula also. What are the equality constraints, what are inequality constraints. So here, yes हर्ष बताओ. 5 मिनट और सही आ जाए यार, अदरवाइज गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन. लास्ट 5 मिनट, listen patiently. So why we study up to now, why we are getting this subject a tough subject, why we think it is a very boring subject, because we simply study what are the generation, what is the transmission, and what is the distribution. So what we study, we simply study the electricity generated into the coal plant. What are the values? Suppose in the diagram, see here, here are three parts given. That is, one is generation of the electricity, second one is the transmission of electricity, and third one is the load and consumer. So up to now we have calculated the what are the load factor, how the grid will experience the different kind of load, what are the different factor that affect the cost of the system. Now we will move into the system, like that, moving towards from bottom to up. Like, we know what are the distribution system. After that, how the electricity is transmitted. Now moving towards how the electricity is generated. So we only study generation, transmission, and distribution. That is why the power system one we study, it is very easy to understand. Now for study the power system operation control or economic load dispatch, we have to again move into the system. Like, suppose in term of, I will ask coal power plant, we will see what is happening, how the electricity is generated in the coal power plant. Now we will concern before that. From here the diagram we are looking at, the coal power plant is generating 600 megawatt, or nuclear power plant is generating 600 to 1700 megawatt, or hydro power plant is generating the 200 megawatt electricity. Now we will see how they are generating the 600 megawatt. What are the fuels using, what are the input we have given to the coal power plant, so it is able to generate the 600 megawatt hour. So from here, for study these kind of a factor, we will study the economic load dispatch, and we study the power system operation control, that is PSOC. So from here we will move into the system, like we are now moving into the coal plant. How the electricity is generated to 600 megawatt. What are the inputs of coal power plant or any power plant? How the now we are here. So basically there are three cycles. Just listen very carefully. One cycle is generating the stream. So there is a one cycle, one part is here in which we will bring the coal, then we will make into the powder form, then we will throw it into the boiler. He will let here with the heat of the boiler, the water is converted into the stream with a high pressure and temperature. Then it is integrated to the turbines. So there is a one cycle of this. Second cycle, the turbine will move and the shaft is connected to the generator. Now generator is generate electricity, and it is with the help of transformer, it will be step up and transmitted. So we have up to here in this slide, we have here 600 megawatt is generated, and here is the transmission line. Now we are moving into the system. So here 600 megawatt is generated. Now we are moving into the system. Now the generator is the output of generator is 600 megawatt after the step up. So how generator is generating the electricity? The shaft of the generator is connected to the turbine. So turbine will move and it will move the rotor of the generator, and the electricity is generated through the stator. So how the turbine will move? The blades of turbine, how they will move? The in coal power plant, the high pressure stream is throw into the blades of the turbine. So the blades of the turbine will start rotating, and the shaft of the turbine is connected to the generator, and like that the electricity is generated. So there is one cycle of that. Second cycle, as we study in the power system one, that is the generation, transmission, and distribution. And another, there is a third cycle. The third cycle is after the throwing steam to the blades, the steam is getting the condensed. So how this condensed steam is used, the third cycle come under this. From here, like we take the we take the water from the river, then it is fed into the cooling tower, and this cooling tower will help to condense the steam, and again it is fed into the boiler with the help of economizer to increase the efficiency. So the third is the water cycle. So we can calculate say that the one cycle is the water cycle. To understand only that one cycle is water cycle, second one is coal cycle, and third one is the generation cycle. You can only to understand that. ललित सुनकर प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं दिख रहा है. I hope everybody is. Please pin to my another name. It will be there is a 2 ID. So here, what are the fuels of this coal power plant? That is our coal. So what are the cost of coal? How the coal is used? How the steam is fed to the turbine and water is converted into steam? What are the costs to use make this boiler and all this stuff? So we have to minimize for set up the plant. We have to set up all these things. So we have to minimize all these things to get the maximum profit. So this kind of study we study in the economical load dispatch. So suppose we want to generate, suppose this time the generator is generating a 600 megawatt. Suppose the load decreases or increases. So if load is decreases or increases, to maintain that we have to decrease the generation, or if load is increases we have to increase the generation. So how it will be done? So we will simply reduce the speed of the turbine. So how the speed of the turbine will be reduced? We will reduce the amount of steam throw to the turbine blade. So when the turbine blade will be forced to the lesser force of the steam, it will rotate little bit slow or fast. According to that, the rotor of the generator will move and the electricity is generated. So you will study this kind of system is automatic generation control system, where we will study the valve, how the steam valve is open and close to manage the demand. So this kind of study we study to minimize the fuel cost. Suppose how the steam will be slow, we have to reduce the amount of coal to the boiler so that the heat will be less, because we cannot store the heat anywhere to use the further. So that's why the all the area is covered in the power system operation control and in the economical dispatch chapter. So from here we get the curve of fuel in millions kilocalorie to the power output. So whatever the fuel, now it is directly proportional. If you will forget about the turbine, so if you will increase the fuel, it will be generate the more steam and it will generate the more power. Or if you reduce the fuel, it will generate the less power. So whatever the relationship between the fuel and generation, it will be seen in input output graph of the power plant. So it is given here. The input output curve of generating station is plotted experimentally. We don't know how it is varying. They are plotted experimentally. It is plot of the input rate. What are the input rate? What are the fuel? At what rate the fuel are getting into the boiler? Or in case of nuclear or in case of hydro, it is a similar. What are the input fuel as a function of generator power output? What are the power output we are getting? That is called the input output curve of generating unit. So it is in our syllabus. So anybody asks what is the input output curve of generating unit, so simply you have to explain this curve and what are the theory I have told you. You have simply discuss in one or two paragraph, you will get the full marks. Like that, here we get the as the input fuel is power output is increasing, input fuel is increasing. It is just almost linear equation. So now the question is why the curve is not started from zero. The last question of the session. After that, we will start on Tuesday. The question is why the curve is not started from zero. Any idea? Think why the curve is not started from zero. Renu Moria, please switch off your mic. Threshold value is required. Inertia. सर जो एक्सपेरिमेंट होते हैं वो भी एनर्जी लेते हैं स्टार्टअप होने के लिए. The all the answer is correct because if moving here, because some amount of coal and some amount of fuel, we cannot only feed the water and suddenly we get the steam. The steam, water is converted into the steam, so it will take some time. So that's why at for zero input or zero power output, at suppose we put the coal and after that we did not get suddenly the heat, and if we have a heat and we cannot directly converted the water into the steam suddenly, so it takes some time. So that is why for for some time it is having a zero value. After that, from here, for some fuel it is from, suppose here is some kilocalorie fuel. After that the power is start producing. That is why the all of you are getting the correct answer. That is why it is not started from the zero. Yeah, immediate generation cannot be obtained. That is correct. So we have covered the input output curve of generating station. Now I told you what are the input. So we have a function of cost. What is the function of cost? So economical load dispatch is performed to determine the optimal scheduling of generator. Scheduling of generator means what? How we will optimally schedule. Schedule means how these things are varying. That is called optimal scheduling according to the loads. So optimal scheduling of generator to minimize the operating cost. How the cost will be minimized of the generator for the given load demand. It is very important for the given load demand. We cannot minimize without, suppose we want to minimize the power plant generation and we are not fulfilling the load demand. So it is not possible. We have to fulfill the load demand. After that, we have to minimize the cost. That is why it is a very research area topic. While satisfying equally and inequality constraint. So here is the equality constraint. I will discuss about the inequality constraint later. So it is the function of cost is given in terms of power. Like here we can see here the function of cost, operating cost in rupees per hour. The function of cost in terms of power output. So it is given here. Summation of 1 to NG for different generator buses. So don't bother about that. So only look at here the function of cost is in term of power generation. It is given by the FT subjected to what we have to fulfill the demand. Suppose we have some losses in the system. So generation is equal to demand. If suppose there will be a no loss, suppose there will be a loss, then demand plus losses is equal to the generation. So we have to generate that amount of power that will be equal to the demand plus what are the losses that occur during the transmission and distribution. So that is our equality constraint. So we will discuss, we have two terms here. Now we will study the economic load dispatch problem when there is a no losses. That is a hypothetical condition. So we will consider P loss is equal to 0 and after that PGI means generated power is equal to the demand of the power. The second case is the with loss means we will consider the loss in the system and how the cost of generation is varying. We will study one by one on Tuesday. So economic dispatch without transmission loss and with transmission loss we will study on Tuesday. So now moving to the history, look here what we have studied today. Now today we have covered the what are the now after this looking at the these term you will now familiar with all the terms like we have what are the energy demand, energy generated, what is demand factor, we are able to find the what is the load factor, diversity factor, what are the types of load, why economic operation is studied in power system, and what is the input output characteristic of power plant. So we have only two terms left, that is economic loading with and without transmission losses, in which there is a penalty factor and unit commitment. And last, we will see the what is the computerized approach, that is the load flow of economic load dispatch, and the unit will be completed. So I hope the today's session is very helpful to you.